Come to the Mahabharata. We have completed the Ramayana, then the Vedas and the other scriptures. Why a country is called as the eternal? Because of this wonderful spiritual knowledge that developed over there. And this spiritual knowledge was enshrined in the Veda, and that has percolated in all the smritis, in Bhagavad Gita, Mahabharata, Ramayana, etc. Now, we are studying after finishing the Ramayana, Mahabharata. After the Mahabharata, we will come to the Bhagavad Gita. But we are not studying every sloka. We are just giving a bird's eye view and studying. In the Mahabharata, we find the major four things are there: Dharma, Artha, Kama and Moksha. And this is also Itihasha. In the last time when you were studying, the Janamejaya, the famous king, he was asking with the Vyasa Deva, is this a Itihasha? So that the history also. This Mahabharata is the history of India. So it is giving all the details of the dynasties, one after another. But as is the speciality of India, this Mahabharata also a Dharma Shastra. And it's a Kavya. The Kavya, when you say it's a Kavya, it's also a wonderful literature. We cannot simply say like that, because the Kavya, the literature, has some characteristics. Unless and until you are fulfilling all those characteristics, you cannot call that particular book as a Kavya. There's so many people are writing the books, all not Kavyas. And this is a Mahakavya. Why? It is eternal. Not because of the size of the book, but because of its application, its appeal to the human mind, eternal. And my grandfather used to read Mahabharata, the father, the me, and like this it is continued. His grandfather also perhaps. So this is the way it is, and each and every one is influenced by Mahabharata. So that is the reason. It is a Kavya, and it has that Kavya. In the Kavya, so many characters should be there. And the situation should be so in this way. Itihasha, giving the details of the incidents chronologically that is happening. But the Kavya, based on the Itihasha, based on the facts, giving the whole thing in a wonderful way. And then ultimately it is Dharma Shastra, is the book of religion, Artha Shastra, the economy. We will come to that maybe in the next class. How the Mahabharata has become the book of economy. And because there are so many advices are there for the kings, how to, because without the economy the human society cannot survive. We will come to that. Then Kama Shastra and Niti Shastra, and also Moksha Shastra. Here's the Kama means desire. What type of desire you should perform, and otherwise what type of things may happen. So all these advices, and total it comes Dharma Shastra. Because everything comes under the Dharma. It is an Itihasha, it is a Kavya, it is a Dharma, it is a Artha Shastra, Niti Shastra, Moksha Shastra. All these things are coming in these. Now today we will begin with this Pranam Mantra, and then we will study the Dharma. Last time we said that we will study the Dharma of the Mahabharata. Narayanam Namaskitra Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Now, namaskritam, after offering our oblation, pranam, prostration. Why first? Every time in Hindu, the Sanatana Dharma, for any chance, pranam. Any chance, namaskar. Any chance, this oblation, offering. Why? Unless and until you become humble, you can never receive anything. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he said, when there is a rain, on the top of the hill, you cannot find the water after the rain. But when there is a lowland, there water accumulates. The human mind is also like that. Because of our ego, we are constantly in such a way we cannot receive the good things from others, because why should I learn from him? Maybe that is a good thing, but why should I? Suppose that person is a junior or socially low caste or so like that, but if he is telling something good, we must learn. We will hear in the Mahabharata how a Vyadha, a hunter, a butcher, advising a Brahmana on what? Not on hunting, but on Dharma. Can you imagine? And that Hindus, now they are killing each other on the basis of the, this is terrible. That because we have not learned our own Dharma properly. We have not read the Mahabharata. We have not taken the advices that was given by our great souls. And that's why we are surviving. And more we will be in that circle of egoistic approach, our own religion will get damages. So this is the first is offering Narayanam Namaskritta. Whom I am offering pranam? Narayana. He is the highest among the Nara and Narayana. He is the God. The best among men, Narottamam. Best among men, that is the Krishna, best among men. He is a God himself, but he is living as a human being, and he is the best among all men. And then Devim Saraswatim, and because the knowledge, so I have to take the blessings of that particular power of God which is bestowing knowledge. That's called Saraswatim, and at the same time Vyasam, because that is the person through whom it is coming. So Vyasam also, and we start with this Dharma. All the four goals of the human being that has been covered, and now in the Shanti Parva we find when all those things were over and the Yudhishthira has become the king, that's the last part is the Shanti Parva. There Yudhishthira is coming to Bhishma. Bhishma is lying on the bed of arrows and he is going to die. And that time Yudhishthira has come and he is not asking, Pitamaha, how are you? He is asking, Pitamaha, tell me about Dharma. See, the Bhishma, he was not only a learned person, but he was a Bashu, Ashtabashu, the one of the Bashus. Just all the 8 brothers, Ashtabashu, they were wandering here and there. Suddenly they saw a sage is coming. Seeing the sage, as always the young people, they like to have some fun with them, but the sage was in a very bad mood. These 8 brothers went and having some pranks with him and making some jokes, and particularly the younger brother, he was making some comments. And the sage became very angry and told, you 8 brothers are very naughty. You are not supposed to be here in this heaven. Go and live as a human being. Then they were in great difficulty what to do. Then they said, we are all sorry. We couldn't understand that you are not accepting this as a joke. you are so serious. We are so. Please tell us how we can come back. Then he said, the last one, the younger one, he cannot come immediately. But he has to wait and perform some duties. But you go and take birth as a human being, and your mother will be the Ganga. So you know the Ganga, then Shantanu, their father. Ganga married not for the Shantanu, but for these 8 brothers, Ashtavashu. And Ganga told Shantanu, you should not ask any question where I am sending my sons, children. So one after another she was throwing the children. Immediately after the birth she used to throw the child in the Ganga. So that is the system nowadays. Even after the birth they take the baby in the Ganga and they don't leave it. Only they give a nice Ganga bath. Why? Because the mother Ganga will take care and the child will become a great personality like Bhishma. So one after another, 7, when they went, now the Shantanu, it was impossible for him to restrain, and he said, why Ganga, you have thrown all my 7 sons? Why? At least tell me. Then Ganga told, we had that contract that you should not ask. Since you have asked, I am going back. But you won't get back the previous 7. I was preparing them to come and to help you as 8 great brothers. But you could not believe on my words. Anyway, I am going back. I am Ganga. This is a story. But I will send back this boy and he will come to you. Then the boy came afterwards. Shantanu saw. He was a great archer, very powerful person. So his name was Devabrata. He was born to perform the promises of the gods. So Devabrata. Then he became Bhishma because his father wanted to marry another lady, etc., etc. This Bhishma Pitamaha, when he was dying, and he asked Arjuna, I don't like to lie on the, because I am a warrior, I don't like to lie on the bed to die. And at the same time, I am not an ordinary person. I don't like to lie on the ground also. Make me as a wonderful bed. So the Arjuna went on shooting him in such a way that the arrows are piercing the body, but no blood is coming out. So that was the speciality. So then he fell and he was lying like that, etc., etc. All these things were over. Then the Yudhishthira came and he told, Ime bhai manava sarve dharmam prati vishankitaha. Yudhishthira, he was always concerned about the dharma. So naturally, he told, to see, when I go and tell the people about the dharma, they are not listening to me. Oh grandfather, can you please tell me so that I will quote you and people will listen to you. And in ime bhai manava sarve dharmam prati vishankitaha. They are confused, all these people. Ime bhai manava. All these people, they are vishankitaha. They are confused about dharma. Even today, many of the people, they are thoroughly confused. And they will come to the temple and say, what is there in the temple? Is God only in the temple? Can I not have? Particularly the Bengalis, they will always argue. I told, why? We didn't invite you to come to temple. You have come to temple. Now, why you are arguing? No, I want to know. If you have already decided that God is everywhere and God can be worshipped in the house, then you have got the answer. You are already having the answer. So naturally, this type of confused about the dharma. So, koyam dharma, kuto dharma, tanme bruhi pitamaha. Oh grandfather, please tell me what is this dharma and how to perform this dharma. Kuto dharma? Ko ayam dharma? What is this dharma? Now this word dharma has been translated into English. All the time we do that as a religion. But religion actually is a list of do's and don'ts. You should not do this, you should do this. That is the religion. But the dharma, each and everything of a human life. That's why our Aravinda, Rishi Aravinda told, Hinduism is not a religion, it's a way of life. And now people without understanding that is Hinduism is not religion. Hinduism is of course a religion, but at the same time it's a way of life because we live in that. Before the birth of the baby, the mother goes to the temple, prays to God. And all around people, their relatives, they are supposed to read good books before the mother. So even when the mother is learning, listening, her mind is becoming tranquil, purified, the baby will also imbibe all those good qualities while in that body of the mother. So that is the idea. Then immediately after the birth, they will take it to the Ganga, and then they will offer to Mother Ganga, and these and these and these, it goes on and on. First rice ceremony, then before going to the school, the writing ceremony, so many things. Ultimately when they die, again another ceremony, and their body is burnt. So that is called dharma for us. So we will read in the dharma, he is asking, what is that dharma? Can you please tell me? Then it says, our Bhishma is telling, Sadachara, Smriti, Veda, Trividam, Dharma Lakshanam. If you like to know dharma, so these three things you must know. And first is Sadachara. I am not going to hurt others. I am not going to be rough to others. Behavior must be very good. You know, previously the Indians, and many even today, a little rough type. When they talk, they shout and these. They don't think. So many reports still coming every day. A boy, by mistake, his roll number was 38. He wrote only 8. He forgot to write 3. And that the teacher, that lady teacher, she beat him so much. Now he has been admitted into the hospital. He's a great teacher. Now, Sadachara, that is, he must have forgotten, okay, now we will make it in this way and that way, slowly, slowly. But that control is not there. We are not a dharma. Dharma doesn't mean that every time I have to come to the temple. Dharma means every time I must be conscious that I am a human being. And whatever I am expecting from others, the behaviors, the manners, I must give it to others too. That is called dharma. Sadachara, then smriti. Smriti means the Bhagavad Gita and also the other books. They are guiding you about the dharma. In the Bhagavad Gita, chapter after chapter, is constantly giving you some advices to make you a particular proper person. That's called Sada Smriti. Then Veda. Veda is the ultimate of all religion, the Hindu religion, because the knowledge, the jnana. These three are the dharma lakshana. These are the repository, we can say. Lakshmana means, in the Sanskrit, Lakshmana means the symbol, the sign. Suppose I am having temperature in the body, that is the lakshana, that is the sign that I am having fever. So that is very simple. That way people, they try to understand. Now some people, when you will look that they are very tired. Why? Maybe that they didn't get proper rest in the next. So that is a lakshana. Here the dharma lakshana means all the ideas about the real dharma are there enshrined in the three things: sadachara, smriti, and Veda. Smriti means Gita and other books. Veda, 4 Vedas are there. Sadachara, all the Manu Samhita, that is called Sadachara. Manu is telling the society, you should behave like this, you should behave like this, you should do like this, you should do like that. And Chaturtham, very important. Chaturtham, Arthamittahu. This is Dharma and Artha. I was so happy after reading that, because we are going to have the fundraising. So if people are asking, one lady came and he told, why being a monk you accept money? I told her, that is true. It's a good question. But the thing is I am maintaining such a huge organization, institution. How I can? So that's why I am taking the money. But anyway, I am not accepting money from you. Be happy. So this Sadachara, then Smriti, then Veda, then comes Artha. Chaturtham, Artha, Ittahu, Kavayo, Dharma Lakshanam. It says in the Mahabharata that Bhishma. Why economy? If you don't have sufficient thing to maintain yourself, you cannot maintain anything. You cannot maintain the Sadachara also. When you are hungry, when you don't have the clothing, when you are suffering, when you have nothing to lay your head on, no place, and can we expect that man to follow religion? Is it possible? For food he will tell the lies. If necessary, he will snatch. He will kill others. So that is why Artha. Now, of course, all our human society standing on Artha. Then afterwards, we misunderstood, misrepresented. We imposed the sannyasi dharma on the grihasthas. And that's why we became very poor. We were so rich. India was so rich. And that's why whole of Europe went over there. America didn't get the information, that's why they didn't go. But the whole of Europe, they went to India for what? Tourism? No. They went to grab those. So much of wealth, so much of wealth. Whole the Middle East became rich because of the Indian wealth. The whole of Europe, majority of the countries, the Denmark, the France, the British, the German, they became rich because of the wealth of India, so much of wealth. And even ordinary businessmen, they used to go with that. In our small books are there, 12 dinghies, they say huge Mayurpankhi. The name of that type of huge boat is called Mayurpankhi. And one Mayurpankhi is guarded by 12 dinghies. A dinghy means small boat. Those boats used to carry the food, the guards, the soldiers, and the servants. 12 dinghies. And the main boat that used to go. That type, 12 Mayurpankhis. And into 12 dinghies. How many? It was a huge fleet. So they used to go to the long distance for the business. That was India. And we have forgotten that. And we say only now India was very rich, not because of the natural property, of course natural things were there, but also economy was very strong. And that is the reason the Bharat, he captured almost all the islands in the northeast side of India and the southern side of India, eastern side of India. Everything he conquered. that Bharata, from whom the name has come, Bharatvarsha. So here it says first the economy, because that is the root. And a tree cannot survive without the root. The human society is just like a tree. And when that economy is there, fair economy, and then it should be the moment you are having the money, you get all power in the human society. And we know now, one person. So the moment you are having the money with you, you become so rough, so dangerous for the human being. So what is necessary to control you? Education. So the stem, the body of the tree is education. Roots are the economy. Stem, the body of the tree is education. Education will make you humble. Education will teach you that this money, whatever you are earning, it is supposed to be given back to the society so that the society develops. Then the branches of the culture, different varieties of culture. And then finally comes the fruits, the flowers. That is Dharma. That is religion. That's the ultimate, the best thing in the human society. Now, when we give stress on the fruit without taking care of the root, what happens? We lose the whole tree. That is exactly what is happening now. Without understanding anything. There's some of the people who are now talking about the Hinduism feel proud that we are Hindus, and of course you feel proud, but do you know what is that? The economy. Go and don't fight with others. Rather, you declare that not a single Hindu family will be poor and uneducated. That is our vow. That is our promise. That we will perform. Then you are doing. So this is the four things: Sadachara, Smriti, Veda, and Chaturtham, Artha, Ittahu. Then it says by the Bhishma. And then it comes, Dharma, according to Mahabharata, are three types. First is Kaika. Kaika means physical. Working for the betterment of the others, Kaika Dharma. That is also Dharma, Kaika Dharma. Then Vachika Dharma, through the words. When you are talking with someone, if you always speak about the encouraging words, positive words, that is called Vachika Dharma. One person is totally breaking down, then you go and listen to him or her and then encourage you. What is there? There's no problem. You will get this, you will get that, you will get that. Look at this. So that is called Dharma. That is called real religion. To encourage a person, Swami Vivekananda said, the ancient religion taught you that he who is not believing in the existence of God, they're atheist. But the new religion said, he is an atheist who is not believing on himself. Atma Vishwas, Atma Sraddha, not Ahamkara, not ego. It is not ego. Atma Vishwas, I can do it. I will surely, so many thousands of people, millions of people surviving, I will also survive. Why not? Maybe they are a little better than me, but I will try and do that. So that is called self-confidence. One of our Swamiji, who afterwards became the president of Ramakrishna Mission, the great speaker Ranganathanandaji, and his schooling was only class 10. And he used to say, I don't know whether I passed the class 10 or not. After finishing giving the exam in the school, I left the home, became a monk. So I don't know, I didn't receive the certificate. In those days, Balloon Mart didn't ask for that type of certificate. So nowadays you cannot simply come and say, oh, I sat for the exam and now please admit me. You have to show all the papers. So in those days they used to accept, and he was accepted, and he joined, he was sent to, an institution that is in Bangalore, and naturally all the rich people are coming, they are talking among themselves in English. He was a village boy from Kerala. He never could understand English, he never could speak English, and the people are coming out decent. Kerala village boy, nature. So he started losing self-confidence. He himself told, I started losing my self-confidence. Then I thought, what will happen to me if I am going like that? Suddenly one day he heard his in-church Swami is giving a discourse on Bhagavad Gita and quoting a sloka from Bhagavad Gita, not directly to him, just explaining that sloka. He picked up from that, Urdharet atmana atmanam na atma abhusadayet. You must help yourself to get up from all this slumber, from all these weaknesses. I can do it, I can do it, I can do it. That when we are coming up, your mind is coming up in that, that is the, then he suggested himself, I am from Kerala village and I can climb the coconut tree so fast, just like a monkey, and no one can compete with me. Rangan Maharaj used to say, no one can compete over here, all these people, they may know English, but can they compete with me to climb the coconut tree? They won't be. So I have some quality, I can do that. I am better than them. I am from a village, I can row the boat against the current. Will they be able to do that? I know how to maneuver the current and row the boat. I did that in the night even. Will they be able to do that? They will be so much afraid to do like that. I can swim across the whole river and can come back. I have that strength in the physics. Can they? So he was going on suggesting himself and slowly got back the confidence. If I can do all these things, can't I study English a little? I can. Though English is not their mother tongue, they have learned, I'll also learn. He learned English. He studied the scriptures and he became a great orator, the best orator after Swami Vivekananda, we can say, who traveled all the universities all over the world, and he used to say, I was a cook in that ashrama, his responsibility was a cook. Then the cook has become a president of Ramakrishna Mission. Ramakrishna Mission, so highly scholars are there. And he used to say like that, a cook has become a president. Now like this, Indira Gandhi was highly influenced by him. And the then president of India, he was also Raja Gopalacharya and all these people, they were all. So tremendous influences were on them. So that is called self-confidence. And here it says, the Kaika, then Bachika. The Bachika Dharma means telling the truth, encouraging people. So that is called Bachika Dharma. And then mental, Manasika Dharma. The Manasika Dharma, thinking about the good thing, about the God. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna is suggesting, when you are lying down on the bed, then lie on your back. Think that you are a dead. And Mother Kali is standing on your chest. Look at the feet that of the Mother Kali on your chest. Then keep your hand on that and go to sleep, repeating the name of Mother, thinking about his image. You will get highest realization. So that way it's Manashika, mental. When we give the initiation, we always inspire the disciples to perform Manas Puja. So that is Manasika Dharma, constantly thinking about something good. When you are flying and the flight is moving, just below there is all, it's called the white, the cloud, nothing you can see. You imagine, oh, I have come in the realm of gods. And the Krishna is playing over there, Ganesha, Shiva is lying down or sitting over there. Just imagine. That's a boring scene, nothing you can see. And at the same time, you can get that manasika. So the physical, kaika, go and help the people physically, and or otherwise through donation, by helping others through that way. You are all, physically I cannot go, but I support that with the money or material. Words, bachika, telling very sweet words to each and everyone, encouraging words, then mentally. In the Shanti Parva of the Mahabharata, we find a great sage, Tuladhara, giving the advice to a Brahmana. His name was Jajoli. These names are very interesting. Tuladhara and Jajoli. In India, you will never find this type of name nowadays. And he is telling to him about the Dharma. Everywhere, all people, they were having the discussion about Dharma because that was very, very important. Vedaham Jajale Dharmam. I am telling you, O Jajale, Dharmam, Sarahasyam Sanatanam. This is very, very secret. Rahasyam. Sanatanam, eternal. What is that? Sarva Bhuta Hitam Maitram Puranam Janaviduhu. That is Dharma. Sarva Bhuta Hitam. When you are helping, whatever way, these three, Bachika, Kaika, Manasika, if you are helping Sarva Bhuta Hita, Hita means for the betterment, Bhuta means the being. So for the betterment of all being, not only my caste, not only my religious people, not only my country, but each and everyone, whoever comes before me. That is called Sarva Bhuta Hitam, and then Maitram, Mitrata, friendship. If you can develop friendship, and that is Biduhu, the knowledgeable people, the enlightened people, they are accepting that as a dharma. Now, in the Mahabharata, we find a conversation between a Vyadha and a Brahmana. The radical Hindus should read this. The Vyadha, now I saw the movie, the pictures they have seen, this Brahmana boys, the low caste people, that they are, what's called, Chandal or something like that, low caste, beating them on the street. And in rotation, he will go and beat them and then give that stick to another, then he will also go and do, by rotation they are beating them and feeling so proud that we are Hindu. Can you imagine? My God, I cannot think of. So here it says the Vyadha, a person, a hunter, he is giving advice to a Brahmana. That's why it's so important in the Mahabharata, when people are pointing finger to the Hinduism and talking about the casteism, is various caste. The people are always respected if they are having the knowledge of Dharma, always. So here the Brahmana has gone to a hunter, a butcher, who is cutting and selling meat, hunting the animals, and that is his profession, but he is great in the knowledge of religion. The Brahmana has gone to learn from him, and then this Vyadha, who is hunting the animals, birds, selling their meat, he is telling, you know what is Dharma? Ahimsa. Very interesting. Ahimsa satyavachanam sarva bhuta hitam param. Swami Vivekananda said, service to man is service to God. It's not an emotional statement. It is based on the religion. It's based on the Dharma. It's based on the scripture. And sarva bhuta hitam, why again and again, everywhere, everyone talk about that? Sarva bhuta hita? Because when I am giving my best things, maybe my knowledge, maybe my service, physical service, maybe my property or wealth or money, I am giving that as an oblation to God. That's why Swamiji reminded the giver should kneel down. Sometimes people is throwing some coins at the poor man. Here, you poor man, take it, and throwing. I'm so proud. No, you cannot serve God in that way. They're living gods. They do not know, but I know. We know. So that's why sarva bhuta hitam param. Param means the supreme. Ahimsa, non-violence, satyavachanam, truthfulness, and performing any type of job, any type of work for the betterment of others. I am a doctor serving, treating the patients. I cannot go and serve in the Middle East where people are serving. No, wherever I am serving. I'm a teacher, teaching. Or in the offices, I am doing whatever dharma, work I am performing, I am thinking my work will be helpful for the human society. So I am doing it. That is dharma. So here, sarva bhuta hitam param, and then satyavachanam, truthfulness is very, very essential. I appreciate one lady, she has taken initiation from me. Yesterday I met her. She told Swamiji, my husband is telling that by telling the one or two lies, you will get a job. And she told, why should I say like that? Why should I have to do like that? Husband told, I will organize everything. You need not to bother about that. The male body, immediately they get, and you will see mostly the male bodies, they don't bother about the religion. But in the previous life, they performed some good work, so they got the male body. Why? Because to realize God, male body helps a lot. So Shankaracharya says about the three things, Manushyatam, Mumukshuttam, Mahapurusha Samsaya. Then the next sloka he says that if you have God, the male body is so good for you because you can go anywhere. All this. Now here, her husband is telling, what is there? You will earn some extra money. It will be so good for our family. Tell the lies. They won't understand. I have arranged everything. She told, never I will do that. Then they were having some tension in the family, and she came to me and told Swamiji, I am not asking your advice, but I am only telling my decision. I am not going to do it, whatever happens. And she loves so much her daughter and all that, maybe. So all these things were going on. I mentally appreciated her. And argument she gave to her husband, I was not earning any money all these years, but we were so happy with your earning. Why should I have to take the job in the beginning with the falsehood? No, I am not going to do it. If I get a good job without having all these things, I will earn, I will support you, but not now, not with it. Husband has understood. Now again they are happy. I am also. It's because she was holding this satyavachanam, the satya, the truthfulness, and ahimsa, non-violence. Ahimsa doesn't mean if you eat a flesh, a little fish or an egg or the meat. No, there is nothing. And the person who is doing that, killing the animals, no, nothing. Because in the mental issue, totally detached. The soldiers, they are killing human beings in the war. Nothing is happening. And in our Krishna we found, he is asking Arjuna to fight with his relatives, with his gurus, even with the Bhishma. Nothing. That we should understand what is non-violence. Non-violence, completely free from that, only few can do. Great souls can do that, not ordinary people. So here the ahimsa means non-violence. You are not having the feeling of enmity with about anyone. Not having the feeling of enmity about anyone, that is non-violence. When we are talking about somebody and criticizing him, actually we are violent people. And making in such a way so that the listeners, when I am giving the description, the listeners are becoming against that particular person. So Shankaracharya said that if you are doing like this, that is the violence. Even the Shankaracharya. Parabritti chedan himsa. The himsa means this. And that is why he said, ahimsa paramo dharma, sacha satte pratishtita. In the Mahabharata, afterwards Lord Buddha, he also said like that, and this quote goes in the name of Lord Buddha, it is from Mahabharata. Ahimsa paramo dharma. Paramo means the highest. Dharma is the religion if we translate. The highest religion is ahimsa, non-violence. Our Gandhiji also said many a times this, and he followed that. And such a satya pratishtita, and that should be established on the truthfulness. That is one. Then comes, we must notice here, a low man of low profession giving the teachings of Dharma to a man of religion, the highest caste, the Brahmana. Then again we find brahmacharyam, tatha satyam, akrodha, dhriti, shama, sanatanasya dharmasya moolam etat sanatanam. In the book, 14th book, 91 sloka of the Mahabharata, it says, brahmacharyam, self-control. And then tatha satyam, truthfulness. Akrodha, free from anger. Dhriti, intellect. The most of the people, they follow religion without understanding it properly. And they don't discriminate. And that is why, just in the name of religion, one person declaring himself, self-declared person, that I am so and so in the religious field, and thousands are following him in the blind way, creating problem for the society. Now, you may be a great person, that's okay, but why you are asking me to be violent, asking me to go and kill others, asking me to create problem for others in the name of religion? Why should I do? So that is called dhriti, that is called buddhi, that is called intellect. The intellect of clear understanding along with discrimination, vichara, that is dhriti. Then shama, forgiveness, and that is the eternal root of eternal religion. Sanatanasya dharmasya moolam. Moolam means the root. Root of the Sanatana Dharma, first is self-control, brahmacharyam, satyam, akrodha, dhriti, shama. These are the five. Then again and again we find the stress has been given on the satya. Nasti satya samam tapaha, it says. Bhishma is telling to the Yudhishthira, tapa means austerity. And when we say that we will practice austerity, the first thing, all of us, we think not to eat, fasting. This is good, that's the physical tapa. But I am going to stick to satya is very difficult, as the young lady could do. Going against the husband, going against the situation, so much pressure. But no, I am not going to tell that. That is called tapa, austerity. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna's father, Shudiram Chattopadhyay, he was having everything as a householder should have. Still that place is there. It's called Dere Gram, Dere village. And Kamarpukur, where Sri Ramakrishna was born, and then from there, hardly it takes 15-20 minutes drive, still that village is there, Dere Gram. That name of the village is Dere. He was having the ponds full of fishes and the cows and the land to cultivate, the house. They call art shala, 8 different shapes, the art building. That means rich person. In the houses there are 8 roofs are there. One for the guest, one for puja, one for the family, one for storage and all that. Big house. So this person, he refused to tell a lie. And that local jamindar, the landlord, came and told, everyone knows that you are a man of truth. So if you come and tell before the judge in favor of me only one untruth, I will give you whatever you are having, double than that. But if you don't tell that, if you are not helping me, I am going to lose that litigation. I will drive you out from here. So both was there. Husband, wife, they decided. See, the lady also. We always read about the father and his truthfulness. What about the mother? If the mother cried and said, I don't bother about your dharma, where I am going to go with my children? On the street, it is not possible. You are not having anything else except this. So go and tell the lie. One lie, what is there in your life? The lady also supported the husband. That is called Ardhangini, Dharma Sangini. The wife is not only a lady, but Dharma Sangini is always giving the company in the path of religion. That is the great thing. Also the half of the husband, Ardhangini, Ardha Anga. Everything they are adjusting, feeling. Now this lady also came out. They, you know what they were carrying out? Only a Shiva statue. And that Ramachandra. They were the worshippers of Sri Ramachandra. And they were having a big Shiva. They could not hold that Shiva because it's so heavy, the stone. So Shiva fell over there. When they came out of the house, the road and the next, and the field, and they went inside the land itself. It was not possible to take it out. So they thought, no, Shiva wants to stay here. And still the Shiva temple is there. Now our devotees, they have purchased that plot of land and maintaining that as it is. This is a good thing. And this man was coming not knowing where to go. If you are holding the truth, God is with you. When he crossed the border of this landlord, the next Jamindar came to know all about it. And he thought, he was a very pious man. He thought, if this type of person is living in our place, then whole area will be holy. Then he came and said, sir, I will offer you land. I will offer you all this. Please stay with us in this village. And that is Kamarpukur. And there in that Kamarpukur, the Lord himself came. And now the Kamarpukur is internationally famous because of the birthplace of Sri Ramakrishna. Nobody knows about the Dere. Only we go and tell, please go to Dere, see that. So that is the main thing. And it says, Nasti Satya Samam Tapaha. The austerity is so mental stress, mental power, only for Satya. Then Bhishma said to Yudhishthira, Yato Dharma Tata Satyam. Sarvam Satyena Badhyate. Yato Dharma Tata Satyam. Wherever the religion, there must be the truth. And each and everything is depending on the truth. The great-great-grandfather, the Bhishma, gave his answer to so many questions that was asked by the Pandavas, including the Krishna. Krishna was also asking some question. Then ultimately, before he died, because he had the capacity to die at his own will, we don't believe that. The people, how it is possible? You know what happened here in America, in Hollywood Center, the our Southern California? The Swamiji was not Swami Vivekananda. He was the disciple of Swami Brahmananda. Yes. Prabhupada. Swami Prabhupada. Name came Prabha. It's not Prabhupada. This Prabhupada ji, he said, when is the 4th of July? They said, Swamiji, a few days still. On the 4th of July, I am going to give up this body. Call all other Swamis on that day. Have a function. 4th of July. He liked that because he was sent over here and said, go and serve America. So he liked everything American. So the 4th of July, also he liked. And exactly on 4th of July, he passed away. So that is, it is possible. So Bhishma, when he said that it is in my hand when I am die, it is possible. It is happened so many times. Before his death, he said, Satyesu yati tabyamba, Satyam hi paramam balam. Satyam hi paramam balam. Truly, he means truly. Satya is the greatest strength. And Satyeshu yati tabyam. Truth is the end of all. Yati, end. Truth is the end of all, and Satya, this truth, is the greatest power. And now everywhere, of course in India, the land of religion, in the name of politics, they are sacrificing the Satya. It's very bad. And then we hear from the Vidura, Nasau dharma yatra na satyamasti. There can never be a dharma, a religion, a practice, anything practicing for the realization of God is the dharma. That where there is no satya. Without the truth there cannot be any dharma. Now the question is, what is truth? But I won't say that now, today. So in my next class, nobody will come. So I'm holding it back. The answer is a beautiful answer. And then we will conclude that Dharma is having the two branches, pravritti and nivritti, as usual. So this is the story, through the story of the Kaushika. Krishna is giving that story, telling the story and giving this, and the man like Vedavyasa giving the definition of the Satya, the truth. Okay, so up to this, and we will next time it will be Satya, and next will be Artha, I think. Chaturvarga, Artha. So the next lecture will be Mahabharata, but stress is given highlighting the Dharma and Artha. When you are sending out the flyer, you can write. So let us once again offer our pranam, and then if you have some question, so we can try to answer that up to 12:15. Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudirayet